What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah here, and we got another interview, basically a podcast. I feel like that's just what I'm about to start calling it from now on. But yeah, I got my boy Micah here. Um, I met him on Instagram, and he messaged me about my Discord. Um, Tell him about yourself, Micah. How old you are, where you're from, and what you're doing.
Yeah, bro. So basically, 19. My name is Micah. Go by the name as BT3 Draco on Instagram. 19. I do well. I do kind of a little bit of everything. A little bit of real estate wholesaling, marketing agency, and car rentals at the moment.
That's what's up. And
Yes,
so,
sir.
how did you see me? Like, how did you like first see me?
So it's kind of funny because I was searching on YouTube. I was just watching like COD videos or whatever, and I just got the it was like at 12 at night, and I was like, damn, I need to lock in. So I was like,
That
let me go
happens.
search from like some wholesaling videos because I was kind of like in a hole with like wholesaling for a little bit, and I was like, I need to find somebody who's like not up there, but like that's just starting that's like putting out like fresh content as somebody who's just like being honest with their content because like all the fucking gurus and shit they water it down and they don't fucking
Yeah.
really put too much real shit out there. So I was just searching and searching and I found you. So I started watching like maybe like 5 videos. I watched like 5 videos. Actually, no, I watched like 2 videos that night. And then the next day I watched like 3 more videos. And I was like, damn, I really like this dude. And then I had commented on some of your videos and I think you had responded back. And I think that's how I got your number before. And then we started speaking on Discord and things like that. And yeah, that's how I found you.
Yeah, that's back when I was just giving my number out to any and everybody.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I don't want to text him because of the situation that you were talking about before. So I was like, I don't know if I should text him, like ask for his number or whatnot. So
Yes, a few people ruin it for the rest of us, but I'm still easy to get in contact with.
yeah.
So, when you reached out to me on Discord, or when you reached out, or whatever, and then we started messaging on Discord, and then you gave me your Instagram, I looked at your Instagram. I'm like, this dude got it going on. What is he trying to reach to me out for? Like, so
Yeah, so I mean, right now I'm just kind of like still trying to figure things out. Like I have this agency where I have like 3 clients and yeah, it's getting paid. Like I'm getting paid good, but I also want to start like a something else. Like I want to like bring like everything kind of together because what my name stands for is like so if you see my bio on Instagram, it says Rocks Market, like CEO
yeah,
and owner of Rocks Market. And I basically like have like it's like a little branch. So it goes Rocks Media and then it goes Rocks Rocks Rentals and then it's like Rocks Trading or something like that. You know, that's how it basically is. So I was like, if I can get him because I also have people that want to like real estate wholesale, but to be honest, like I'm kind of like not in the game anymore as much that I used to be. So I was like, okay, so I have Isaiah, like he's like really good at real estate wholesaling. I see that he has like kind of good success. So I was like, if I can get him, like if I can get like some clients to come to him, like I have people that are constantly telling me, hey, like how are you doing this? How do I do this? I'm like, but I don't have time to like really answer everybody. So it's just kind of like, damn, like I really want to help everybody, but I can't at the same time. So I was like, if I can like have Isaiah do it and I can have him like I could just take like maybe like 5% or whatever of like whatever he makes off of it, then that'd be cool because then we're all making money and things of that nature.
yeah, that's a good way to think.
Yeah, it was basically just networking and things like that, man.
Yeah, that's a very, very good, smart way to think, and it's an entrepreneurial way to think. So you said that you just started SMMA how long ago?
Like 4 months ago.
4 months ago. Okay. You obviously got a little bit big boy money. So how did you how did you I seen on one Instagram reel, the most recent one, you had Wells Fargo, you had a hundred bands. How did you yes, how did you make your first 100 bands?
So I basically made that from like I said, I was doing real estate wholesaling at the time, so I was just sitting on like some money at the time, and I made the decision to go buy a car, and not thinking that I was gonna rent it out later. It made me like quite a few money, some money. So I made money off of that, and just sitting on basically real estate wholesaling. That's basically it.
So you closed real estate wholesale deals before?
Yeah, I've closed like maybe like five, six,
Five,
and I've
six
just sat
deals?
on them. I made like two big closes before.
And how much were they?
They were like 30. I can't really remember. It was like 2 years ago, but it was like 30 to 25. 25, one was 25 and the other was 30. And they were like two good deals in New York, which was surprising because you can't never find any good deals in New
Yeah.
York.
Wow. How did you find those leads?
I had what's the name, a buyer's agent looking with me, and she had like put me on like some agreement or whatever. At first I didn't really want to go with it, but I was like just like fuck it because she's like she was cool. I was working with her before. She was cool and also she was helping me find like a couple of good deals, but then I was like she was like I have some good deals that you could potentially make a lot of money on. And I was like okay, and then she was like here you have to sign the contract or whatever, so it says that you have to give me some of the money. I was like all right, whatever. I was like as long as I'm making money, I don't really care. So I
Yeah.
was like signed it, and then that's after like a month or two, I made those two deals.
Hmm. So altogether, you said you had five wholesale deals. How much do you think all of those five or six wholesale deals were came out to?
I would say about almost 90, almost 90. Yeah. And then that's when I had bought my car and I had started renting it out.
How much
And
was the car and what kind of car was it?
yeah, so it was Hellcat. I had first my first car was a Hellcat and it was around 30,000. I got it for 30,000. And I started renting it out at my friend's thing. At my friend's, he owns like a Miami rental, exotic rental in Miami. So yeah, I so many connections. But started renting out through his rental, and I started making actually a lot of money. And there'd be times like my contract will come up, and then I'll bring the car back home, and I'll do it on Turo, and then it'll be slow. So then I'll just put it back in Miami and then I'll still make a lot of money. Like maybe I would say $1,000 a day, maybe $1,000 a day. It goes for sometimes it goes to 500 to $600. So it'll be making probably like three 3K like a week, I would say. And I'll just be sitting on top of that and I won't be doing anything really.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's insane. I'm
Yes,
about to
sir.
do that. Yeah, I need that connection. Um, and then so trading. How you've been trading like you trade for real or
No, no, no. So I'm trying to get into it. My buddy, my partner Nick, he trades. He's starting to trade. He's actually pretty good at it as a beginner, I would say. He has some pretty good big trades, but he's still learning. So I'm trying to get into it also. We're still well, I'm still figuring out. Although I'm still like working, I'm focusing really much on my agency. So trading is like kind of on the side for me right now. But I know once I start, you know, getting focused off of my agency, then I'm gonna start, learning trading and stuff. Because you can't just jump into trading. It's like when you jump
yeah,
into trading, you have to like you can't have like no emotions to the money at
yeah,
all. Like, you
yeah.
got to put like at least like $1,000 into trade. You know, so that's pretty much it.
So most of your money came from wholesaling real estate and renting out your Hellcat.
Yes, sir.
Are there any other avenues that are like successfully bringing in money, or are you just looking to trade in SMMA? Is that the only two other?
Right now, like I said, I'm getting pretty good money from SMMA. I have like three clients paying me big money. So
Really?
yeah,
Wait, how
that's
long have you been doing SMMA?
for yeah 5 months. Now it's about to be 5 months.
5 months and you got three clients paying you big money.
Yeah,
Bro, that's wild. I know a lot of people who do it for like a longer time than that, and barely could get one client to pay him little money.
Yeah, it's because the thing with SMMA it's like I don't how do you explain it? It's like 90% like mental and it's like 10% of the work, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be like really I'm to be honest, I'm really like a shitty salesperson, but I think like I just know the right things to say. Like I just know how to reassure people and be like hey, like I see your business, like they'll pull back and be like, like I don't know. Like I'll be like, let's hop on a call and let's just see, just let me just show you what I can do. Some people can't even get to that point, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you have to learn how to speak to people and you have to just learn how to reassure them and like dig in their deepest pain to like so they can just look at it and be like, damn, like I really need to like fix my business. So let me just work with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's really much is to it. I still cold call every day. I still get like, like hang ups and be like, hey, I'm not interested, but I'm still grinding. So I'm not big yet, but I'm still grinding to be the biggest.
So how much do
So
you make from SMMA a month between those two
SMMA, I make
jobs?
around, I would say no, five. I have it on Stripe, but I make around like 5K a month.
Okay.
Depends, like because sometimes it recurs, it'll be like a fixed price, more than a like a recurring bill, like 750. Sometimes it's 750, sometimes it's like 1500, depending on how much they want to spend on like ads and things of that nature.
Okay. And you still rent out your Hellcat?
Yeah, currently I still am I'm gonna get another car soon. Thinking about getting an Audi or something. I want like something like business class.
Okay. And do you live with your people right now or you live on your own in New
No,
York?
I currently live with my mom, but I
Okay.
was I was thinking about getting I had an apartment, a high-rise apartment in New York City, on Long Island City actually.
That's wild.
And yeah, I had one for like if you actually look on my TikToks, it's you could see like me like saying like, oh, I spent like or I mean I lowballed a person and now I'm making like 20K profit. And it's just me sitting on top of my rooftop or some shit like that. But um I was there for like maybe a year and then I moved back because it was just I just wanted to be home and it's like much easier and I could just save a lot more money.
You can save a lot more money.
Yeah.
What about why did you want to come home? When you say like I just wanted to come home, what do you mean?
Oh, like because it's like so I live at the end of like Long Island, so it's kind of like a travel. It's like a travel from like my mom's house and then to my house. And it's just like it's like a 3 hour like drive. So it's like damn. And I'm like homesick. I was homesick, so I was just like fuck it, I'm gonna just go home anyway. And it
Oh,
was getting too expensive, so like every like a year is getting like I was paying like almost half of almost 90% I was paying of what I was making. So I was like I can't do that.
yeah.
Like if I keep sitting there and I'm sitting on money and I can't keep doing that. And then the food, the supermarkets, it's like a lot of things. And then my car insurance, and it was just all piling up. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go back home.
Yeah. That's what's up. So so now you're back home and most of your money is coming from the car and then the SMMA and then wholesaling's kind of taking a back burner.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right now.
And then there's a few times on your Instagram you was like going out to the club or whatever, you had bottle service. What was that like?
Yeah.
How recent was that?
So what I do is because I post TikToks, I post slideshows on TikToks, and also I don't have that many like pictures on like my Instagram where I'm just out. Like I don't have any like personalized life. Like if you look at my pictures, like it's not any pictures really of me, right? So I kind of like try to like get pictures of me and stuff like that. So, but those pictures, I post them to put them on my highlights so people can see them when they go look at my highlights and shit. But some are from 2 months ago and some from this month.
Who do you go to the club with?
Usually with like my buddies Xavier, James, and some of my other peoples that they tend to go out with, I'd be like, yo, just
And
just go out.
they're making money too.
Currently, they're not working right now, but they have like some side businesses that they're making. But usually when I go out, it's usually I'm like because I'm the leader, like Koloki, the group leader. So
Okay.
I'm mostly paying for everything, but I don't mind because they're my boys.
Yeah. How important would you say? Because I know when I asked you on Instagram, I was like, bro, what do you do? And you're like, I just network and I just have a strong connection with people. So important would you say it is to be surrounded with like-minded people, be surrounded with people who are one step ahead of you? How would you say that affected you and just your life?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm not gonna lie, but I would say you like before I said like I don't know I haven't said it to you yet, but you make your own luck, so you really have to really put yourself in certain situations to get a better outcome. So
Right.
my friends, like before, like I became the person that I'm becoming, I was around people who just like they smoke, they drink, they didn't do anything. And I was just like, fuck, I can't be around this shit my whole life because it's just not gonna get me anywhere. So but like when I started wholesaling, I started talking to like older people, like people just like in the real estate game, like, hey, like, oh, I still have their numbers to this day. Like we'll just keep in contact, like, hey, how you doing? This, that, and the third. And like I said, this is when I met Nick, my partner Nick. I met him when I started wholesaling, and I seen the type of person he was. He was eager. He was a good businessman. He has like multiple business models that he's doing, and I was like, damn, like I really want to be like him. So, but he pushed me to be better than him. So he always makes sure, like, whenever he has something new, he always makes sure, oh, I'm on it, or like I understand the material that he's showing me and things of that. Like, you would never get that hanging around with people that aren't really doing anything, or like people that'd be like, damn, like let me go buy some weed, or like let me spend my last $30 on weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Nick is the type of person he'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just invest this shit in Bitcoin and see how this shit go. Or like
Hmm.
Solana and see how this shit goes. So it was like I like Nick's kind of mindset rather than being around like females and like people that are just energy draining. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So was it when you were becoming the person who you said you want to become the person that you are now, right? And I'm sure you're always elevating. Was it like did you go straight from the bad friends to the good friends? Like you found the good friends while you were still with the bad friends and just slowly started hanging out with them more? Or was it you had to stop hanging out with the bad friends first, go through a period of loneliness and just like focus on yourself and then eventually you attracted the right people? Which
Yeah, so yeah, basically how it went, that's actually a good question too. Basically how it went for me was that during like at the end of quarantine, I wouldn't see like a lot of like the people that I used to hang out with, and I haven't keep in contact with them. And sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, like, what are you doing?" Like, I'll FaceTime them, I'll text them, they won't answer. So then I just slowly took it as a sign to be like maybe I just need to hang around different type of people. And I've for a long period of time, I've actually switched schools like 3 times because of the reason of like, damn, I feel like I'm not meant to be here or some shit like that.
yeah.
And I've went through this like period of like loneliness for like a good 2 years, and I haven't talked to anybody. I've kept my head down, and I've just been like doing my own shit. And this is when I was just going to school. um so at the end, like when I graduated high school, it was like I've made actually good connections with people. I'm not gonna lie, I made like 2 3 good connections with people. um and that's basically how it went, to be honest. It's
So
really
so about 2 years of loneliness.
2 years.
Okay.
And also, I'm just like, to be honest, I'm really not like a social person. I'm not like a social or like a ex, like whatever type of person. But I don't, yeah. So it's kind of been longer than that. I would say it's been longer than that, but I felt it within those 2 years. I really felt it within those 2 years.
And do you think that being not as a social person has helped you in like your business ventures, or do you think it kind of it might be one of the things that were holding you back, or how?
I definitely would say those are the things that, like, not being a social person is something that holds you back because once again, you kind of do need to network in order to meet new people, get new connections, and just like have this big tree of like
Yeah,
knowing people. So I think that was really holding me back, and I never really knew that I could speak with people. Like I really never knew that I could speak to people. I like right now I'm speaking to you as naturally as possible, and
hmm
I never knew that I could do that. Like sometimes I'll be like nervous as fuck and I wouldn't even know how to speak, but as I start like being like confident in myself and just saying like fuck it, like let me just go talk to this person. Like I could just talk to like random people on the street. Like before I would just keep my mouth shut, don't speak to anybody and whatever. But now it's just so natural to me. It's like I could just talk to anybody, to be honest. So it's
right,
important to network. It's important to get out there, talk, show people your personality, be humble, but show people your personality and just network with people. It's really important. Important. It's really important.
right. I always say, or I believe, or what I've noticed in my life is that there's a season for isolation, and then there's a season of like you emerge out of that, like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Like
Right.
when you're a caterpillar, like you got to stop being a caterpillar and then you got
Right.
to be a
Yeah.
butterfly, but you can't skip that part where you go through the cocoon. And for me, I had to go through that. Like I was always, like I said, I was addicted to drugs, always in and out of jail, toxic friends, toxic relationships, and I couldn't really attract the people on the level that I wanted to be at yet, right? I
Yeah.
was a piece of crap. They saw me, they're like, dude, get away from me. Right? Because I
Yeah.
still had it was just who I was. I couldn't just shed it overnight. So I had to go through a period of isolation as a season, and then boom, I got to that next level. And then I had to do it again. So recently I'm doing it right now. Like I'm doing it right now, but I'm just coming out of it. Like I'm coming out of it and now I'm about to trim my beard down. I had the long beard and the buzz cut as a symbol of monk mode, isolation, right?
Yeah.
Making myself unattractive on purpose. Just for me, it's just a symbol of like my season of isolation. But then now I feel like I'm impacting more lives. More people look up to me. I'm an inspiration to my people back home now, for real, and it's crazy. Um,
That's good, man.
I wanted to ask you, how old were you when you got your first wholesale deal?
I was 17.
That's wild.
16, just turning 17.
So were you 16 or 17?
I was 16 I literally just turned 17, so 17.
Okay. And that was legal for you to close your own wholesale deal?
Yeah, I had like somebody like my aunt do it with me. So I had
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
she had to sign for you.
Yeah, she had to sign for me.
So you were legally still considered a minor at 17?
Yeah. And I had
Okay.
to had her sign for me and I gave her a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know in some states 17 is like an adult or something.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. So what would you say that your goal is for the next year? Actually for the rest of 2024, what would you say your goal is if the world doesn't end?
The world doesn't end. I would say just focusing on my agency, really much just focusing on my agency, getting more of like people on board to do like work with me and just making new connections with people like as if like me and you right now. I think that would be like a plus too. I want to do more of that. And yeah, just really focusing on my agency and getting like more cars to like rent out and stuff like that. So really want to focus on that. And then maybe in the future for the rest of 2024, if it does go well, I'll start like really taking trading seriously.
Okay. That's what's up, man. It's you just been through a lot and you're only 19. Like that's crazy. Got
Yeah.
the high rise in New York is crazy. That's not
Nah,
cheap.
yeah.
How much
I've
was the
had
rent?
it. Huh?
How much was the rent?
It was like about seven and some change.
Seven what?
It's like 7,500.
A month? Bro, that's wild.
Yeah, it's expensive, bro. It was
That's
like
wild.
I literally had a one bedroom, kitchen with an island, living room, and then I had like all the amenities. So pool, lounge, um, what do you call it? The rooftop, and then you have the what else did they have? And the garage. So
Dang.
it was plus those, it was a lot.
So, bro, and you only had 100 grand or 90 grand?
Yeah, I had like 90 grand and then I started making more money as I was renting my car out. So
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't really that much of a problem.
Okay. I'm
So
about to say that goes quick.
yeah, it does. But so as soon as I started realizing I was getting low on money, I was like, oh fuck no, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't do this right now. No, I can't. And I had a girlfriend at the time, so I was like, I can't do it. I really can't.
Yeah. Those could
It
get
was high
expensive
maintenance.
too.
Yeah. So I really couldn't do it, man. Oh.
That's what's up. So, what would you give, what piece of advice would you give to new entrepreneurs who they may be 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way up to like 30 and or just your age and they just they don't even know where to start. They're just like they don't want to work their job. You know, they're surrounded with Andrew Tate content and they they want to be a boss. They want to escape the matrix, but they don't know how. What would you say to those people?
Oh, what would I would say? Ooh,
Advice. Yeah.
the advice I would say to somebody is number one, don't sit in your bed all day watching motivational videos. That's number one. You can't, it's gonna just keep you there. It's like porn. Like you can't really sit there and watch it. It's a track like it's I don't know how to explain it, but it makes you sit in bed all day. Like it doesn't get you to actually do the work. You have to actually put in the work to actually get that outcome. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be the motivation. So one, don't sit there and watch motivational videos or like short clips all the time, 24/7. It's not going to get you to do anything. Um, Number two, network as much as you can. And number three, you don't need a course and to get out of the matrix. You have YouTube, you have Google, everything is there. Chat GPT is free. I use Chat GPT every single day to, I use it for Google Sheets. I use it to send emails. I use it for basically everything, almost everything. So you have YouTube, you have Isaiah, you have like the small YouTubers that are putting good information as much as Iman Gadzhi, as much as Andrew Tate or whatever your favorite guru or entrepreneur, but they're not gatekeeping
Yeah.
certain stuff. So I would say find the right people. Um, Keep in mind that you don't need to buy a course unless it's one on one and they're actually showing you, they're on a Zoom call like me and you, showing you how to do certain things. Instead of just putting you in the paid community and saying, here, you unlocked it or some shit.
Right, right.
And most of all, just don't watch motivational videos all day. Have to put in the work, have to grind, you have to network, you have to do all those things to achieve where you want to be. And you just got to keep going as much as you can. And I promise you, you'll land like your first 100K a month.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm about to get there right now. All
How
right.
much are you making?
Bro, there's months I don't make any money. There's months I do make money. I'm working on 100K right now. Um, that's about to be crazy. And so I'm getting past the stage of inconsistent results, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's phases you have to go in when running a business, but specifically in wholesaling, first you have to get past the stage of getting your first wholesale deal. Then you have to get past the stage of, okay, I have multiple wholesale deals. Then you have to get to the stage to where it's consistent wholesale deals, like a lot of wholesale deals consistently.
Right.
So it's never like I'm out there hunting for deals, and if I don't find a deal, I don't find a deal. It's like every day there's deals, every single. So
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm getting to
You just
that
got to
point.
be on them like that because I seen people just snatch them up quick.
Yeah. So I'm getting to that point to where I'm learning to be consistent.
Mm.
Um, but yeah. So we're running out of time, but yeah, I'm gonna leave your information if y'all want to hit up Micah on Instagram. I'm gonna leave his information below. His TikTok. What else you got? Shout out.
So BT3 Draco on IG and the same thing for TikTok.
Okay, I'm gonna leave all that info down below. If you want to hit him up, hit him up. It was a pleasure having you on here. I'm glad we got to do this interview, bro. We're gonna do.
Glad to do with you too, Isaiah.
Hell yeah, we're gonna do some work together for sure.
Yes, sir. Let's get to work, Isaiah.
All right, peace.
Peace out, man. Have a good day.
You too.